A lot of times what liars do first is they set up a narrative and a scenario. Like Michael Blackson just got on national TV and told people, yeah, I got a beef with Katt Williams, and Katt is mad at me about this, and because I said this, and I didn't even mean it like that. And the whole time, he's never talked to me. That's how he feels. He's heard I'm angry. I've not had a conversation with him. It's the same with your Ali Sadiq. If it wasn't for the information that I know in my intel, I would be a fan of his like everybody else. Who wouldn't be a fan of a young black storyteller that's done time and loves his family and is a hometown guy? Like, why would he ever have any enemies in comedy? It's ludicrous.
We are poisoning our homes and wasting our hard-earned money for no good reason. Why? Because the advertising industry tells us to. They just want you to buy stuff. For example, if a company pollutes the environment or uses bad business practices, if you don't buy their stuff, they will change. If you don't want food with chemicals or GMOs in it, then don't buy it.
Katt Williams, the outspoken comedian, is renowned for his fearless approach to addressing controversial topics, often shining a light on the hidden truths about elite personalities. Through his incisive humor, Williams critiques the actions and behaviors of influential figures, exposing their contradictions and hypocrisies. On the other hand, Woody Harrelson, known for his unique blend of comedy and candor, often tackles serious subjects through his humor. Recently, he made a bold statement suggesting that a superpower was responsible for attacking Ukraine. By using comedy as a vehicle for truth, Harrelson draws attention to geopolitical issues in a manner that is both engaging and thought-provoking.
You know, I'm the kind of guy who just thinks it's abominable when a superpower with all this military might, with no provocation, you know, attacks just unprovoked, attacks a country that is, Iraq, Korea, no, sorry, Ukraine. Terrible. Yeah, I lost my way there. Anyway, I love the character.
On SNL, Woody Harrelson addressed the serious issue of drug cartels, highlighting their pervasive influence and dangers, emphasizing the need for awareness and action against these powerful criminal organizations.
The biggest drug cartels in the world get together and buy up all the media and all the politicians and force all the people in the world to stay locked in their homes, and people can only come out if they take the cartel's drugs and keep taking them over and over.
On the Joe Rogan Experience, they discuss the serious reality of drug cartels. Contrary to comedic expectations, his remarks were earnest, emphasizing the pervasive influence and danger of these organizations.
It's like, why are we pretending? And so when he makes that joke and he talks about them buying all the media, and then all the media responds as if they've been bought and paid for. That's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many articles written about him, like right away.
Yep.
I was like, this is crazy.
I always look at both sides, and CNN had it, but also CNN is owned by the same company that owns SNL, so it's tricky because they don't want to make them look bad, but they, angled it like it was him.
Yeah.
Even though what we know is that these scripts are approved days in advance.
Yeah, they had to prove that unless he went out and Dave Chappelle'd it.
Katt Williams, during his appearance on Club Shay Shay, exposed the entertainment industry's deceit. He asserted that much of what is presented to the public is fabricated and misleading. Williams's revelations urge audiences to critically evaluate the truth behind the industry's polished facade. On the Joe Rogan Experience, Katt Williams discussed the phenomenon of successful male entertainers wearing dresses, suggesting it is part of a ritualistic practice within the industry. His comments sparked debate, urging listeners to reflect on the cultural and societal implications of such practices. His comments sparked debate, urging listeners to reflect on the cultural and societal implications of such practices.
It's our hero who's going to go do America's bidding and go over there, and you're like, okay. And those movies are successful, and so they continue this relationship, and you become a bit of a propaganda arm. for the government. And in turn, they don't fuck with you.
Right. But that's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work?
Yeah.
And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to...
Katt Williams and Dave Chappelle discussed the prevalence of liars in the entertainment industry, highlighting how dishonesty shapes public perceptions and the importance of seeking and speaking the truth in their work.
In order to technically be sane, it requires that your belief system go along with everybody else's. And so that's why they put such a high modicum on labeling you as that, just in preparation for what you might later say.
Just because you're different, they always want to kind of put somebody into a box.
Well,
Right.
That's the shallow end of it.
Katt Williams criticized Kevin Hart for wearing a dress, implying it's part of compromising rituals within the entertainment industry, highlighting Hart's participation as a means of gaining success.
There was a recent controversy online. I know you don't spend all your time online, about Kevin Hart wearing a dress in the SNL skit. And Dave Chappelle spoke about that. As a comedian, black actors are always, being asked to wear dresses. Have you ran into that? And what do you think about that whole Illuminati theory that people put out there about that?
Well, thanks for that softball question. It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. I'm saying, at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
On Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams exposed Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer, blaming them of deceit and manipulation within the industry, calling out their actions and challenging their authenticity. Katt Williams refuted Ali Sadiq's claims that he was banned and disliked by Katt, exposing Sadiq's stories as false and defending his own reputation against these allegations.
But if you pick the actual king, then make sure that your story's correct. And unfortunately, his story's not correct. No matter what he says, he never met me. He made it disrespectful that a security guard that was 6'7" reached over him to pay him, not mentioning the fact that he got paid for not doing anything. So this lady behind the scenes is begging me to come into this interview that I've not scheduled, that I don't want to do, that I'm not dressed for, that nobody's called me about. She just wants it. To the point where she says, Katt, come on, you just want an Emmy for the city. I just want to give you your flowers. Well, I won't talk about kids. I won't talk about no jail. I won't talk about... this is the conversation she has with me, and then goes in that room.
PBD discussed the potential repercussions for Woody Harrelson's truth-telling, warning that his honesty might endanger his family and career due to the powerful interests he challenges.
Now, do me a favor, show what I just texted to you and show how the market reacted immediately after that SNL went live. You have to see what these guys said. If you can put this up, I'll give you just 3 stories. If you can just pull these things up. You know, he's out of his mind. He has no clue what he's talking about. Go ahead and make that bigger. Check this out. Let's see if we can open it up. Boom. Check this out. Woody Harrelson, Saturday Night Live monologue makes COVID conspiracy jokes. Variety. So Rolling Stone, Woody Harrelson spreads anti-vax conspiracy during SNL monologue. HuffPo, Woody Harrelson rambles about weed and anti-vax conspiracy in SNL. Can you imagine? This is a guy that is in Hollywood. He's a product of your industry.
The fact that they're always left-leaning, good on them for going, you know what? The hell with it. Go do it. It might help with viewership. But if you think about it, bro, I commend people like that take their platform to kind of poke fun to make their point as well. And what a perfect time, especially when all this lab leak crap is coming. This was last Saturday, Pat. This is the most recent one. I say good for him. I'm curious to see. I want to know what happened. Maybe somebody in his family or something happened with his life, or how his career is going to be affected.
Woody Harrelson emphasized that if people reject misleading advertisements and products, it forces companies to change, signaling to politicians that the public demands honesty and integrity.
The minute we start taking responsibility and spending our money wisely, every politician, every corporation, and leader around the world is going to know that we have woken up. And that is the most important point in this film. All of the abuse in our system happens because we just roll over and take it. But when we get involved and start making the right decisions, everything changes. Our consumer choices are the easiest way for us to get involved in a very meaningful and powerful way.
Woody Harrelson criticized American trust in the government, arguing that it doesn't serve the people's interests, and called for greater skepticism and demand for genuine support and transparency.
I find it ironic because I think most Americans, but maybe it's only, like I heard recently a statistic, 33%, right? But I would think it's more. Like, most Americans would not normally trust the government with helping them. You know, like, what does the government actually do to help you?
And they don't trust
They help big corporations, industry, all the people that got those people into Congress or ultimately to become president. Those people all got to get taken care of.
We have the polling on this.
Is that true?
That is true.
Okay, so here's the CDC promoting that we have to do all of these things, right? I don't like profiteering in war, you know? Right. Think of the billions of dollars that have gone to big pharma. But I was getting back to my original point. The last people I would trust with my health is big pharma and big government, because neither one of those strike me as caring entities.
A podcast praised Woody Harrelson for seizing the right moment to reveal important truths, commending his courage and the strategic timing of his revelations.
That was garbage.
Wait, why?
That delivery, I mean, that might have been a good setup, a good premise, but that delivery was horrible. Word.
Well, there's no joke.
White men can't tell jokes. How do you feel about that, Schultz? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, bro?
Guy, he was in White Men Can't Jump.
You would have delivered that way better than that shit, bro.
There's no joke there.
I think it was supposed to be, but I think he flubbed the teleprompter.
Yeah. Or maybe it wasn't written on the teleprompter and he was like, I'm done getting these boosters.
By the way, Jon Stewart did that way better on Colbert.
That was phenomenal.
Jon Stewart, that's what I'm saying. Jon Stewart did that way better on Colbert.
Different joke.
Not really.
It is different. Very different joke.
Jon Stewart was telling us that that shit came from the lab in Wuhan.
Yeah, but he's saying it's the drug companies or cartels, that Pfizer and Moderna or like whoever.
Oh, so his joke is more about the vaccine than the virus.
It's about the pharmaceutical companies.
Got you.
Stuart's about the origin of the virus.
And that's bold to just shit in on it. Because it just...
What? That's what I feel like.
Well, I don't think we were bringing it up as like a genius piece of comedy.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of interesting to see like a mainstream television show like SNL that always like toes the company line to at least put out an attempt at a joke about the pharmaceutical companies kind of forcing people to get vaccinated and boosted.
I think folks know the jig is up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what side you're on. I think anybody with some common sense and some eyes can look and be like,
Despite his father being a hitman, Woody Harrelson is committed to justice and truth, consistently using opportunities to speak out against corruption and wrongdoing. Harrelson's background could have easily led him down a different path, but he chose to advocate for transparency and moral integrity.
We all know actor Woody Harrelson from series such as the television series Cheers, where he played a bartender. But did you know he had a very dark past? Woody was raised by his mother growing up because his father wasn't home. The reason his father was absent? Charles Harrelson Sr. was a hitman. Yes, you heard me. He was an actual hitman for a very high-profile mobster. So that kind of work took him away from home. In 1973, Charles here was arrested and charged with the murder of Sam DeGalia. Of course, that was another hit that he had taken out. Whatever reason, he was released. But he was later charged again with the murder of, get this, a federal judge. And if that was not enough, Charles was later involved in a prison standoff. He was high on cocaine and claimed to have been the one to kill Kennedy. Woody learned about all of this from the news.
Katt Williams' remarks about male celebrities wearing dresses sparked conversations about industry rituals and pressures, leading people to question the broader implications of such practices. On Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams exposed various elites, detailing their deceit and corruption, and urging the public to be more discerning and critical of influential figures. Williams highlighted how many powerful individuals manipulate the truth and exploit their positions for personal gain, often at the expense of the public. He pointed out specific examples of unethical behavior and double standards, emphasizing the importance of looking beyond the surface and questioning the narratives pushed by those in authority.
If I send you this, you know I want all that smoke. I'm like, fam, Katt Williams has lit the internet on fire, talking about everyone. And I'm like, fam, why is it? It sound like he was like, man, I just be watching. I'm like, well, you got beef with everyone, my boy. I'm like, chill, my guy. And I seen people put this, I'm marked safe from Katt Williams today. Yeah, until he sees that, then he's like, hey.
People appreciate Katt Williams for consistently exposing lies and deceit within the entertainment industry, valuing his commitment to honesty and his willingness to confront powerful individuals. His boldness in addressing uncomfortable truths resonates with audiences who feel misled by the glamorous facade of Hollywood. Williams's transparency sheds light on the darker aspects of fame, power, and influence, encouraging a more critical view of those in high positions.
Guess what I know? And then he gonna light you on fire. So, it was a 3-hour interview. Did I watch the whole thing? Heck no, I ain't got time for that. I love Shannon Sharp. Club Shay Shay be a little bit too much for you, boy. So I don't be the, but Katt Williams has lit it on fire, and please stay safe. Please, drop a flag in the comment section if you are safe from Katt Williams today.
According to Williams, and now backed by Harrelson, these elite parties are said to involve illegal drugs, underage exploitation, and other immoral activities. The secrecy surrounding these gatherings is maintained through a combination of influence, intimidation, and non-disclosure agreements. One of the most troubling aspects of these allegations is the claimed exploitation of young aspiring artists who are lured into these environments under the guise of networking and career advancement. Williams has suggested that these individuals are often pressured into compromising situations.
He said that Cedric the Entertainer is a joke stealer who looks like a walrus, and he says that, Ricky Smiley is an outright liar who is best at portraying a woman, because like Tyler Perry, he can't portray a man to save his life. Child, somewhere Tyler Perry's sitting like, how the hell I get into this, okay? Why am I always in the mix, right? Now, Katt says that he basically went on this show to right some wrongs and to correct some inaccuracies that these people have gone on Shannon Sharp's show and said in the past, all right? And in the eternal words of Portia Williams, when you do something to me, you don't get to choose my reaction. Now, would I personally have chosen violence? No, but I'm not a comedian, all right? Now, do I believe everything that Katt said?
The response from Hollywood has been mixed. Some celebrities have come forward to express their support for Williams and Harrelson, while others have remained silent or dismissed the claims as conspiracy theories. The divide highlights the contentious nature of the issue. Several industry insiders have anonymously corroborated some of Williams' claims, describing a culture of silence and fear that protects the powerful. However, few are willing to speak out publicly, underscoring the risks involved in challenging the status quo. The support from a high-profile actor like Woody Harrelson could signify a cultural shift in Hollywood, where more individuals might feel empowered to speak out against misconduct. This could lead to increased scrutiny and potential reforms within the industry.
Personally, I'm on the fence. You know, I've always told y'all that the truth has 3 sides to it. Your side, their side, and the truth lies somewhere in the middle. But what I will say is this. The conviction with which Katt tells his story is inspiring, okay? And at the very least, it makes you say, I wonder if there's fire to back up all of this smoke. Because, child, I did not know that the comedy streets was this treacherous, okay? The way Katt be talking about him, people out here losing their lives for comedy. When I walk in, they bow their heads because the king has entered the room. Child, I didn't realize that the comedy game was like Game of Thrones. Now, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this situation, and we'll talk later.
For the general public, these revelations feed into a broader narrative of distrust and disillusionment with Hollywood. The glamour and allure of the industry are increasingly being overshadowed by stories of mistreatment, exploitation, and corruption. The allegations raise serious legal and ethical concerns, particularly regarding the protection of vulnerable individuals in the industry. If substantiated, these claims could lead to significant legal actions and a re-evaluation of industry practices. The alliance between Woody Harrelson and Katt Williams marks a significant moment in the ongoing discourse about Hollywood's dark underbelly. As more details emerge and the industry grapples with these revelations, the hope is that this will lead to a more transparent and ethical environment for all those involved in the world of entertainment. The courage of individuals like Williams and Harrelson in speaking out against powerful figures and entrenched practices may pave the way for meaningful change in Hollywood. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.